Hi everyone. Just want to chat to you briefly about what we're doing about COVID-19. We know it's a dramatic time and things are going on in the world that are quite demanding and trying, but what we want to do as church leaders is sort of keep you up to date with what's going on. We're going to be following what the Ministry of Health says and try and keep in touch. So just be watching your emails, please, and looking at social media, and we'll be putting things out there that you can follow and keep you up to date with what's happening. Not only that, but really we encourage you to be sort of faithful Christians at this time. This is an opportunity for us to show our faith, to respond in strength. The Bible tells us in 2 Timothy 1:7 that God has not given us a spirit of fear and timidity, but He's given us a spirit of power and love, and so, well, those two words alone tell us that we should have strength in Him, and not only that, but we should be caring about those around us in the community. So just encourage you to be looking out for others, maybe elderly neighbours, checking on them, and just generally thinking about how we can represent Christ to our community in this difficult time. For now, we're going to keep holding services. We don't think there'll be over 500 on a Sunday. Some people are self-isolating. Some people are being extra cautious, and we understand that, and they're staying at home. So just to say that services will continue as usual, except we will be, after the service, there'll be no tea and coffee just because of the higher chance of spreading the virus. And also, by the way, in the evening service, that regular meal, we're going to replace it with something else because we don't think that community meal will be ideal given the spread of the virus. So just to keep you up to date with that. Life groups will be continuing. And I think they'll be a great place for you to connect with other people, particularly if services eventually stop. But also, you need to know that some ministries aren't continuing. One or two are having to take a back step for now. For example, mainly music. That will be happening this week, but next week it will not continue. It's going to be on pause. And so don't go along expecting it next week. Also, just to tell you that, for example, the bowls group will not be meeting now. Just handing those bowls and is highly susceptible, makes people highly susceptible to getting the virus if it's going around. So those two won't be continuing. Many others will, but if others do stop, we'll make sure we keep in touch and we tell you. I want to quickly remind you about some of the precautions you can take. Look, if you are sick, if you have flu-like symptoms, cold symptoms, please don't come to church. But the good news is that even if you stay at home, we are now going to not only have a podcast available for you on Monday of the sermon, but also the service. We're going to be live streaming the service on Sunday, so you can watch live and almost be part of what's going on. So encourage you to do that if you do stay at home. Just want to mention or remind you that if you've been overseas and you've just returned, please don't attend church for a couple of weeks. If you are coming to a service, please wash your hands before you come, and when you arrive you'll find sanitizers there that you can put on your hands. Please do that before you come in, and when you come in we're trying to avoid human contact, sadly, so please avoid handshaking or anything similar. I think it's really important that we as Christians are praying too. So just a few final thoughts about what we might be able to pray for at this time. I think we should be praying for government leaders. I think we should be praying for medical professionals and researchers. I think we should be praying for church leaders and churches so that they can navigate this as well and know how to respond to their communities. I think we should pray for the vulnerable. There are many people in churches that are susceptible and in communities that are more likely to get very sick and even die because of this. Please pray for these people. I think it would be good to pray for honest reporting rather than reports coming out that are misleading. We've come across quite a few reports that are causing panic rather than helping. Pray for a spirit of generosity. It's looking now that some people might lose their jobs. It's looking now that there could be some hardship. Maybe we as Christians can start praying about how we can help and how we can show ourselves to be friendly to our community and generous. And finally, pray for the spread of the gospel as well, that in these times people are looking for answers, looking for help, and the ultimate help, of course, comes from God. And one final thought regarding you. You might find yourself becoming afraid. You might find yourself in need of prayer. Just contact the church and we'll do all we can to help and support you and pray with you and for you. And there may be other ways that we can point you in the right direction or be there for you. So have a great week and see you at church if you can make it.